here's the truth no one's telling you. Why 90% of ecom brands lose money on Facebook ads in 2025, it's because they're following the wrong advice. In fact, the same advice led my client to 60k at 2 ROAS and 120k revenue in just 48 days, all by tweaking ad creatives with a high CPA. Are these huge numbers? No. But did we turn ads with high CPAs into 120k? Yes. Does that sound too good to be true? Then let me break it down for you. I've watched ecom Twitter split on this. Some say drop those high CPA ads, but if you ignore the ads earning the spend, you're leaving money on the table. Here's why. Meta attributes ad spend based on merit. So if you're letting high spending, high CPA ads sit in your account, you're missing the boat. Change the hook, change the visuals, change the script, and watch it cook. Just ask Coverland, we turned their 90k per month revenue into 2.1 million a month revenue in just 7 months. And Kadida Jewelry, we've scaled them from 104k in revenue to a 201k revenue in just 60 days. This is exactly what my clients' ads are spending. $3 million per month with our dialed in strategy, and we've made single ad spend almost 7 figures. And stick with me, mate, I'm about to show you how you can turn high CPA ads into the biggest winners in your account. Today we're going to be breaking down how to turn high spending ads with above target CPAs into 7-figure winners, and why 90% of ecom brands lose money on Facebook ads. And most brands are playing the wrong game. A lot of clients that come to us, a lot of brands I speak to, I audit, I see this mistake very often. This is the common mistake, the reality, and the problem that I'm seeing here. Everyone talks about killing ads that aren't profitable. Now, this is a common mistake for me. If you've got unlimited budget, you know, if you're one of these guys with 8 figures in the bank and they can afford to splash out on new creatives every single time, then yeah, definitely go ahead. New creatives are the biggest leverage. Of course they are. However, the reality is Meta doesn't spend money for fun. If an ad is spending, it's because it's earned it for a reason. And the problem is brands will see a high CPA and turn it off. And that's where most of you lose. I'm going to break down why, I'm going to break down how you can avoid this and exactly the steps to take so you can turn these high CPA ads into winners. So here's the truth about the high CPA ads that you are seeing. Not all high CPA ads are losers. Well, they are when they've got a high CPA, but some can be considered as almost winners that just need refinement. Ask this instead, why is Meta pushing spend to this ad? So what's it doing well? Is it attracting the right people? Are the core metrics, the hook rate, click-through rate strong, the frequency? Try and figure out what it is about that ad that is getting a high CPA, because it isn't a coincidence. Is there a tweak you can make to get it converting? So sometimes we've changed hooks, we've changed call to actions, we've changed voiceovers, and it's made a huge difference to a high CPA ad and turned it into a winner. Now, if it's yes to any of these questions, don't kill it. Try and figure out a way to fix it first. So this is the iteration mindset we try to have at the agency. You don't always need new ads, and here's 3 reasons why. Most brands don't have the time or budget for endless net new creatives. Meta is always telling you what it wants to scale. It's pushing spend to specific ads, and that's Meta telling you what ads it thinks, the algorithm thinks, the AI thinks is a top performer. A tweak can do more than a whole new concept. 100%. You've already got that data there. You've already got the ad that's getting tons of spend. A small tweak can turn this into a winner. A whole new concept is a whole new entity on its own. So a tweak can 100% do more than a net new ad at times. But as I said at the beginning, new ads are the biggest lever, but sometimes iterations make a ton of sense. Now here's a case study. Now I'm not just saying all of this stuff. I don't just think it, I've actually got results doing it. So 60k at 2 ROAS, 120k revenue in just 48 days. So the initial situation, we had an ad spending with a high CPA. Our approach was we didn't kill it, we changed the hook, and the result was we scaled to 120k revenue, no new concept, just iteration. Now here's our high CPA iteration framework. So what we always try to look at first is the hook. Can we put in a stronger call out, faster start, a bolder scroll stopper? Now, even if you've got a high hook rate on an ad with a high CPA, it might be the fact that your hook doesn't line up with the rest of the ad. Your hook doesn't line up with the offer on the landing page, the messaging on the landing page. All of this stuff needs to be congruent. It all needs to be the same for you to get the best results. Again, offer clarity. So is there more urgency you can add in there? Reframe the value, reposition it, maybe add some risk reversals, some guarantees in there. Can you add a clean call to action? Then finally, visual and aesthetic shift, so different pacing, editing style, overlays on screen, backgrounds, creator, or different voiceover using 11 Labs. All of these kind of things are really quick iterations. They take your team an hour, 2 hours in total to get some changes done like this, but it can make you 120k revenue like it did for myself. Now we break it down into these 3 levers to systematically improve ad performance. Now, what makes a spender worth saving? This is what I look at. We've got high hook rate, so users are stopping to watch the ad. So why is that hook rate high? And is it just clickbait hook, or is it the fact that the body of the ad isn't effective? And figure out why that ad's getting spent and make changes. So there's no kind of one size fits all. I can't just say do this, do that, do that. It really comes down to what your ad is doing, what the metrics are, what your landing page is everything lining up correctly, and making adjustments based on that. But this will really help you be able to make those decisions. Now we've got good click-through rate, so people are interested enough to click it. For example, if you've got a super high click-through rate but a low hook rate, could you, without losing the messaging from the hook, because you don't want to completely change it, but could you make it more scroll stopping? So then you're getting more people, more of the same people watching the ad, and you've got a good click-through rate, so you know the rest of the ad is doing a good job. Strong engagement, comments, shares, your content is resonating with the audience. But a weak ROAS or high CPA. So this means Meta sees potential. You're seeing these decent metrics here, but users' conversion is blocked. Yes, net new is the most leveraged, but it's expensive, it's slower to produce, it's riskier when budgets are tight, and smart brands build on what's already earning attention. Now, if you can make some quick changes and make 100k at 2 ROAS, I don't think anyone's going to be complaining there. Now, here's how to spot the right tweak. So what we do is locate the drop-off. Is it the click or is it the conversion? So is it the landing page that's not working or is it the ad that's not working? Then you can see, okay, is it the ad that needs to change or is it the messaging between the ad and the landing page? And you can figure out exactly what direction to go in there. We have another client example here where we had one ad that was getting a lot of spend, but a slightly above target CPA. And we made 8 iterations of this ad just because we were very confident in the ad, and we actually got one winner. So it's the same core concept. We made some hook variations, we made some iterations where we just trimmed the script, and we made some with visual upgrades to the hook. Now in total, out of these 8 iterations that we made, we had 3 that outperformed the original, and one ad went on to spend just under 6 figures solo. Now these changes are all things that you can do. Make new hook variations, trim the script, and also upgrade the visuals on the hook. Now here's the mistakes that most make. They kill the spenders too soon, they chase novelty over results, and they don't know how to dissect the ad performance. So you don't need more ideas, you just need better iterations in this situation here. Another example of killing an ad too soon is we had an ad with 75% hook rate recently, obviously getting tons of traffic and really generating engagement. Now this ad didn't have the best CPA itself. It was slightly above average in terms of cost per acquisition. The ROAS was slightly below the ad account average. However, we noticed after putting this ad into the ad account and spending a few $1,000s on it, that every single ad inside the ad account improved slightly. So the winners were getting better. And this was because this ad was generating more traffic for all the other ads. So the ideal customer was engaging with this ad with 75% hook rate, and then they were getting retargeted with our other winning ads inside the ad account. So we saw the whole entire ad account improve. Now that's why sometimes killing an ad with a high CPA isn't always the best move. Sometimes leave it there if it's generating tons of traffic to your other ads, and sometimes you can iterate it on, like I've been speaking about in this video, and turn it into a winner. Be tracking all of your tests. I mean, if you're just making these tests, throwing it in and forgetting about it, then you're not really going to be learning. So we use a Google Sheet and motion analytics, but I've just made this quick example here of what you could do to track and iterate your tests. So you just need to be doing it. It doesn't really matter how. If you want access to my Google Sheet, then I'll put a link to in the bio where you can access the Google Sheet that we use for tracking ads. Motion analytics, of course, is really good, but there's other tools out there. Just a simple Google Sheet will work depending on where you're at with your business. Name, what hook you're using, how much it's spent, click-through rate, hook rate, CPA, notes on what iterations you've made, and this is going to give you the ability to make data-informed tweaks, not just blind guesses. So you can kill it if you've got bad scroll metrics like low hook rate or click-through rate, Meta isn't spending on it at all, and the offer and product is mismatching. Now, iterate if the spend is high, the hook is working, or you think it has potential. It's just really important that you do track it using a Google Sheet, using whatever, to make sure that you can make informed decisions, spot patterns. Now I'm going to show you how to track and iterate properly. We use a Google Sheet to track all of our creatives and motion analytics to analyze our ads. It doesn't matter what tools you use, but it's super important that you are tracking all of your creatives first of all, the angles, concepts, and the strategy behind them. But second of all your iterations, you should be tracking those, or else you're never going to be able to learn. So this is a simple graph that I just made. You can make this on Google Sheets. The concept name, the hook name, the spend, click-through rate, hook rate, CPA, iteration notes. So what you're doing is you're creating a hypothesis when you are making the iteration, and then a week, 2 weeks later, once they've got some spend, track them and see what changed. Okay, I did this, I changed the hook to an ad with a high CPA, and this is what happened. It's very good if you can track this, because you're going to be able to learn from your results, and this is how you can improve as a creative strategist. And it'll give you the ability to make data-informed tweaks, not just blind guesses. So kill it if you've got bad scroll metrics. Meta isn't spending. The offer and product is mismatched. So if you're speaking about something completely different in the ad compared to the landing page, then obviously kill it. Iterate if it's spending a lot, the hook is working, and you think it has potential. So I've already run over this, but this is just a summary of when to kill it and when to iterate. Now, results from this method. At the minute, our clients are spending $3 million every single month on our ad creatives. And we've recently helped a client grow from 90K per month to 2.1 million a month in revenue. Here's the thing, if you're still struggling with high CPA ads, or you think you can just keep cutting them without addressing the core issue, then you're in for a tough road ahead, especially when you're scaling to 8 figures in revenue with your D2C brand. I get it, you're probably thinking it's just a matter of tweaking your ads, changing a couple of lines and hoping for the best, but trust me, without the right strategy in place, you're going to be spinning your wheels and burning money. That's where I come in. If you're ready to stop guessing and get real results, it's time to book a call with me. I'll scale brands from 20K to $136,000 per month in just 48 days, and from 90K to $2.1 million per month in just 7 months by focusing on high performance creatives and strategic ad scaling. I'm not talking about throwing money into the wind. I'm talking about a dialed in proven strategy that drives revenue. This isn't something you can just do on your own, at least not without wasting valuable time and resources. So I'll take that load off your shoulders. Book a call now and let's walk through a step-by-step action plan to get your ads working for you. No more guessing, just results. Click the link below and let's talk.